Hi guys, it's B and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I hope you enjoy and join the colony. So today I will be basically teaching you base blending 101. I'll be telling you how to apply your foundation, your cream contour, and your concealers. This will be part of my 15-step product base series. So if you're a beginner, check out the series. It'll be great for you to get an introduction to every step of makeup, and I take my time going through each step and slowly building so that by the end of the series you'll be able to do a full glam face of makeup with no issues. So without any delay, let's get started. So there are many ways to apply your base. One of the methods is using a brush, a foundation brush. And this method is quite easy. You just buff the product in using circular motions. Using a brush will give you a more fuller coverage look. However, using a brush is a bit more difficult. You can either end up with streaks in your foundation or your foundation not being blended seamlessly. So if you're a beginner, I do not recommend a brush. And because we're here to teach beginners how to do their base, I would recommend you use a beauty blender. This is just a beauty blender, generic one, that we will use to do our base. How do you use a beauty blender? First, you wet the beauty blender. Make sure it is wet and you squeeze out all the water so that it is damp. The reason we do this is so that the beauty blender does not absorb your product, so you save on product. It also gives you a more flawless blend. Great. Now that we covered the basics, let's get into it. Remember from our previous video, we always start off by priming our face. I will be using the Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline. First step is our foundation. So I'll be using these two foundations from Maybelline Fit Me. It is Cool Bluff and Caramel. I use both of these because I've gotten a bit darker, so this is not really my shade anymore, but the mix of them are really good. So I start off by just putting dots on my face, just putting the foundation everywhere, so I also know that I am getting a good coverage of the product everywhere because I'm literally putting it everywhere. And I take the darker shade and I just mix it specifically on like the outer areas of my face. And then we just take our beauty blender and we start blending it in. You want to use the bigger side of the beauty blender for your foundation, not the pointy side, this flat side. And we just dab it all in. Okay, you want to make sure you are patting it. Do not swipe, do not push, just pat it in. And you don't have to use force, you can just very gently pat all over the face. You can take it down to your neck. And you can already see how nicely the foundation is blending in to my skin. Okay, you want to make sure you blend that foundation into your hairline, down your neck, down your jaw. And there we go. Our foundation is applied. Next, we're going to go into contour. And I'm using the Pro Concealer by LA Girl in shade Mahogany. This is a great product. And just to show you how to use a brush, I will be using a brush for my contour and then going over it with a sponge. So you want to lift the face. So I always suck in, and I'm going to draw an L and take it up. Like that. On both sides. I don't have a jawline, but I would like one, so I put some on my jaw. I usually go quite heavy on the jaw. And just to make this blend on the top better, I go across the forehead. Now those are the areas that I contour. So using a brush, you would use a very light hand. So you want to hold the back of the brush, and you just want to go back and forth in the direction in which you've put the contour. Okay, and the same down here. So you can see with the brush, I have more control of exactly where I am blending it. Now on this side, I will use the Beauty Blender. You want to press it and you want to use the side of it so that you have a bit more control. And again, you just want to dab, just pat it in. So you can already see I have much less control to where I am putting, where I'm blending that product. Great. Now if you do feel like, oh, your contour is looking a bit muddy, or you can still see it, you can go over it using the back end of your Beauty Blender, because there's still some product there, and it will help seamlessly blend your contour into your foundation. So you just go over it a little bit, and it will help that blend. Perfect. Next we have concealer, and we use concealer to highlight. I'm using the Fit Me concealer in shade 25. Highlighting is about bringing certain features of the face forward by adding lightness to it. So usually we highlight underneath our eye, which also helps cover up some bag if you have that. So I like to put just a dot over here and a line going upwards, because I like to lift my face. And the same on this side. I also feel like I have a very fat nose, so I like to highlight the center of my nose to create the illusion that it's a bit longer. Now using the tip of our Beauty Blender, we're going to spread this product. And you're just going to dab it, and you're going to go upwards. And you're just going to keep doing this process until you're happy with the blend. Now, if you feel like, oh, it's a bit too white over here, again, there's still product at the back of your Beauty Blender. Blend it in. Do you see how that's helped diffuse that brightness? Great. Now, for your under eye area, you want to use a setting powder. Preferably a translucent setting powder so you keep that brightness. We've only discussed tinted powders, so a translucent powder usually comes like this, and it is white, and when you put it on, it does what its name says, it's translucent. So I'm using the Matte Bounce by Switch Beauty. You're going to use the tip of your Beauty Blender, put it in the translucent powder, and you're just going to press it on top of that concealer. Now what this does is it fills your creases with powder, if you have any, so that it doesn't crease throughout the day. And this is called setting your concealer. Okay. After this, you continue your face as normal with your tinted powder, contour powder, and all that good stuff we discussed in the previous video goes on top of your base. If you're not a huge fan of how bright the under eye area is, Simply take some tinted powder when you're setting the rest of your face and go over this area. And it will darken and soften that brightness. And don't forget to just set the whole of your face. And there we go. We have a flawless, beautiful base. So just to recap all the steps we've gone through from all the videos in this series, let's start. First, we primed our face. Then we put our foundation on, our concealer and contour, our setting powder for our concealer, our tinted powder all over our face, our contour powder, cheeks, our eyebrows, our eyes. And if you want to know how to achieve these eyes, stay tuned for the next video because it will be posted shortly. Our eyeliner, mascara, our blush, and finally our lipstick and setting spray. We are making such good progress. Soon you'll be able to do all 15 steps and I'm so excited to get there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and recommendations down below. It's never too late to join the Beehive, so hit subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.